Yes, a very good morning to all of you. संतोष सर, मेरी आवाज आ रही है आप लोगों को? संतोष सर, राजू सर, सदाब सर?
Yes, sir, आ रही है सर.
You are audible. Please continue. Continue, sir. You are audible. Continue.
Hello. Hello.
Yes, sir. You are audible, sir. Continue,
Okay.
sir. You are audible.
Thank you, Sadaab sir. Thank you. संतोष सर?
सीके सर, आवाज आ रही है, आप कंटिन्यू करिए.
Okay, sir. Okay, Ravi sir. Thank you. Okay, we are here with our respected guest faculty, Dr. Rajesh Sharma from Sri Ram Swarup Memorial University. He is going to deliver a lecture on computational science. Rajesh sir, please continue your lecture. Start your lecture, sir. Welcome, sir.
Okay. Okay. Thank you. Thank you so much, CK sir. And hello, dear students. I am Dr. Rajesh Sharma. I am assistant professor in Sri Ram Swarup Memorial University, as you all know. I have recently completed my PhD on the topic. So basically, I'm going to deliver a lecture, and I'm also going to my field. So when we talk about it to our brain, so our brain is actually a very complex and interesting, we can say, the structure which is being gifted us to the mankind by the God. So when we talk about the brain, we talk about the complex structure, the complex functioning which is it performing using the few electrochemical processes. Why electrochemical processes? Because when we talk about our human organ, all the major communications between the cells, between the tissues, between the organs, and between the various systems in our body is performed through a chemical phenomena. This chemical phenomena generates a voltage difference, which is majorly due to two kinds of ions, that is the potassium ion and the sodium ion. When there are ions in a particular area, what happens due to this voltage difference, the current, wherever there is a voltage difference, and conductor, what happens that high voltage. So this is something which generates the communication in our body. So I'm going to show you, I'm going to present you presentation and cache it through several things, such as how can we alter these things? How can we use this neuroscience in our favor, in the favor of mankind, in the favor of neuroscience in computer science and help the mankind. Yes, sir. Okay. Can everyone see my screen?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Sir, your screen is visible, sir. You can continue, sir.
So basically, what are today that is MEG signals as instruction set for device operation and intercommunication, which we have called as a brain-machine interface known as MagMind. So we will go through it. What is MagMind? So this MagMind consists of basic three phenomena. First is of electromagnetism, which is also known as Faraday's law. What it tells, I will explain you. Second is galvanism. Galvanism is related to animal electricity. What is animal electricity? What I have it it is performed through an electrochemical phenomenon. This electrochemical phenomena generates electricity due to various voltage influences. This is known as galvanism. This phenomena, this study or this field of knowledge is known as galvanism. Okay. Second is MEG. What is MEG? When we talk about central nervous systems and the neurons, the functional neuroimaging. MEG is related to the functional neuroimaging. What is functional neuroimaging? Just break the words like functional, neuro, and imaging. When we talk about imaging of the nervous system or the brain or the functioning of the brain, this is known as neuroimaging. The brain is functioning and which is known as functional neuroimaging technique. Magnetoencephalography. There's some noise. Okay. Magnetoencephalography is made up of three words basically. First is magneto, second is encephalo, and third is graphy. Again, it explains the same thing. Graphy means study of graph. Encephalo is a Latin word of all the definition of three words. What we will get is this is the study of brain during its working, and by how can we study the brain? Using the magnetic fields generated by it. So I've talked about that. I will explain this electromagnetism, Faraday's law later. So why we are talking about magnetic fields when we have told already know that the functioning of the body or the brain is related to the electrochemical nature. What happens, according to Faraday, there is a particular proportional relationship between the magnetic field and the electric field. That means whenever field runs through, it generates a magnetic field around it. So this is the Faraday's law, which is helpful for us. So how can this is a phenomena. MEG is basically a phenomena. How can we detect this magnetic field to which are helping or involved in this detection of magnetic field generated by the brain? First is known as SQUID magnetometers. Full form of it is superconducting quantum interference detectors or devices. SURF, full form is spin exchange relaxation free. Okay. So these are basically the apparatus which help us in detection of such magnetic fields generated by the brain. So how can this magnetic fields can be, or the signals which are generated by the brain can be help of us technical people? We are related to technology, right? We are not related to something which we know as therapeutic system or medical sciences. But what I've gone through, that if we interlink our knowledge each time we are involved in something, if we keep on interlinking things, what happens, you can generate and you can make very magical things around you. We should not consider that each knowledge is what we say separate or not related to each other. Each and every knowledge which you acquire must be interlinked with each other. Only then magical things can be done. Only then you can generate and develop something which is of great value and importance. Okay. So how can we use such magnetic fields or this MEG system in our technological aspects? How can we use? It's a very important question. So what happens that a person in this, everyone in this world, each one of you know attribute of uniqueness. We all have got the unique thumbprint. We all have got unique iris. We all have got, we all have, so this uniqueness is the attribute which is given to each and every individual present around us, right? So what I thought was, whenever, and what the study says that whenever there is a thought, a particular thought, communication of neurons, that communication is unique for that particular thought. We have to link the things. Then you will find there's a thought. There is a unique process inside our brain. So this process is of which nature? Electrochemical nature. We are considering electrical nature only. So the electrical activity of the brain is detected by the terminology or field is known as electroencephalography, right? But we are talking about the magnetoencephalography. So what is when there is a connection, there is a thought generated inside our brain. Communication between the neurons will be generated, which will be unique for that unique particular thought. When a unique electric field will be generated, what will happen? A unique magnetic field will be generated according to Faraday's law. When the unique magnetic field is generated, if somehow in any of the way such thought is detected, how can you detect the thought? Using the magnetic field generated by the brain. If the thought is detected, can field as an instruction set for a device. As you can see on your screens, there is a magnetic. For example, you think a person thought that I have to unlock this phone, my phone. So for that thought, a particular communication between the neurons will happen. Electric field and further the corresponding magnetic field will be detected, generated. Sorry, if it could be detected using the MEG phenomena, don't you think that it can work as an instruction set for a device? Can consider this operation. What I have talked about, that if such magnetic field is detected and you a person thinks that I have to unlock this, just he has to think, nothing else. He just have to think. If he thinks and the phone is unlocked, then this will be a revolution in the field of automation. All the technologies around you is basically a level up in the field of automation. Machine or technology has a single is the human efforts, right? To reduce the effort. Okay. So these are latest I'd like to discuss that there are neurophones which consist of EEG headset. I've already talked about EEG. EEG stands for electroencephalography, which detects the electrical fields of the body, of the brain. Sorry, and this EEG, when combined with the eye movement, there are the techniques which known as neurophones. Just by thinking, you can operate a phone. Such technology is known as technologies which you can study, you can go through if you have got interest in the computation neuroscience field. These are all the technologies which are still present, right? Okay. So this I've already elaborated to you. What would be the methodology adopted for the proposed model? I will read out so that it can be more clear. Uniqueness of magnetic field generated by an individual on thinking the same pattern but at the two different instances. For example, you can see a person is thinking 1, 2, 3, 4. There is the MEG result which is generated. But on second instance, if a person for after some time or in different context, person is thinking 1, 2, 3, 4, that is the same thought. The same thought will generate the same network, same communication, and same communication will generate the same magnetic field. So on thinking about the same pattern, same pattern of neurons work, due to which the same pattern of electric fields are created, further creating the same set of magnetic field as it is written. So if we want to, what are the prospects of such hypothesis? The prospects of such first is conversion of magnetic field into the electric signals. Conversion of electric signals into digital signals. Why? Because our world, our technology today work on the digital phenomena, 0 and 1, on and off. We don't work on the analog signals. We work on the digital signals. Why? Because machine understands only two languages, two things, 0 and 1, that is on and off. So we will have to convert such magnetic field, right? Be able to, if we will not will convert this magnetic field into the digital signals, what will happen? We cannot communicate with the machine. Although we want that such communication is being done, so that we can operate the machine just by our thought process. Okay. So this was the all, structure, the framework which I have developed for such technological, what we can say, architecture. Further, we will concentrate the magnetic field to a target device so that maximum of the clear picture can be generated and all. So this is, if you want, I can explain it. So this is the major part of the mag mind which I am talking about. First is MEG and second is computer programming. MEG is the field of neuroscience, therapeutic system. When we will combine this knowledge of computer programming also, we can develop architecture, we can develop a system which can help us in such technological, in developing such technological framework. So we have to go through that what this system can do. So we have already explained that we have to just think and the task can be performed. But there are also other aspects in which this framework of technology privacy. Why? Because I want to tell you, I want to share you something important, that when, for example, there I can see two of the students, Aryan Singh and Yash Gupta. Okay. When 1, 2, 3, 4 numbers, when Aryan will think about 1, 2, 3, 4, and Yash and Harsh will see think about 1, 2, 3, 4, what will happen? That all the magnetic fields which Aryan, Yash, and Harsh will generate will be of different intensity, and other aspects will be different. But when Aryan will think about 1, 2, 3, 4, that means Aryan's 1, 2, 3, 4 thought, Yash having same thought, and Harsh having same thought, will generate different magnetic field, which will be unique for Aryan, Yash, and Harsh respectively. So this attribute can also be helpful in unique identification system, right? Magnetic field जिसको ऑरा बोलते हैं, बहुत लोग बोलते नहीं कि इनका ऑरा, तो ऑरा is basically the magnetic field which we talk about. So if we can detect this magnetic field generated by a person, which is unique for a person, it can also be help in unique identification system. Why we want to do unique identification system also? Because there are several classifiers, several uh, ways in which unique identification system is being operated now. We have Aadhaar, we have PAN, we have different kinds of identification system, we have biometric, we have retina scan, and all, for example, this biometric, this retina scan, this iris scan, this thumbprint. So it can be a universal identification system which can be done, which can help in reducing this problem of various classifiers of identification system. Okay, so this was a hardware which we have developed during our PhD, in which basically it was a simple idea, simple display of our idea. We can see how that we have got four magnets, and this all the four magnets have unique magnetic field. These unique magnetic field used to operate a unique operation, perform a unique operation. For example, when this is the device which is used for the detection of magnetic field. So whenever here a particular, for example, first magnet was applied, it used to control the bedroom light. There was no bedroom light maybe, but for example, this bulb used to display the bedroom lights, right? And porch lights, water pump, kitchen lights. So this bulb used to display porch light, kitchen lights. Huh? So this was a particular, basically the simple display of my idea. Okay. So the patent is also being applied for this. Further, there are publications which I have mentioned you. So let's read out the conclusion for more clearance. The combination of several technologies, namely electromagnetism, galvanism, analog to digital conversion, software, hardware programming. This system is basically a combination of several technologies. Upon proving it experimentally, the above said hypothesis may lead to the peak of automation. I've already told you, peak of automation for generations to come, since we will be able to perform operations just upon thinking. It may also improve the defense technology and medical technology. Paralyzed patients will also be able to control their devices, and tasks will be done a lot easier. Okay. So any questions, anyone?
Any question from audience? Please, student, you can ask the questions from sir. And please fill attendance list and your feedback form as provided on your chat box of WhatsApp. Any question from your side, please ask. Any query? Yes, Chaitanya. But if you want to ask, please ask. Chaitanya Gupta, Prakhar, Ayushi Mishra. Okay. HOD सर है आप? अरे संतोष सर, संतोष सर, अरे राजू सर, राजू सर,
हेलो।
हाँ सर, ये सर का टॉपिक कंप्लीट हो गया है, तो सर
यस सर,
आप
हाँ सर
कैसा लगा
मैं
सर आप?
सुन रहा था सर, बहुत ही अच्छा टॉपिक सर ने एक्सप्लेन किया और
हाँ,
बच्चों का इंटरेस्ट भी है सर। थोड़ा सा फर्स्ट ईयर के एग्जाम की डेट आ गई है, इसलिए बच्चों की स्ट्रेंथ थोड़ा कम है इस समय।
हम्म,
कोई
कल ही डेट
नहीं,
शीट आई है
हाँ जी।
और काफी अच्छे टॉपिक को आपने एक्सप्लेन किया और होपफुली फ्यूचर में भी हम लोग आपको गेस्ट लेक्चर फिजिकली कॉलेज में बुला के गेस्ट लेक्चर करवाएंगे। और सर समय देने के लिए सर आपका धन्यवाद। और बच्चों का इंटरेस्ट इस टॉपिक में है, काफ़ी सारे बच्चे इसमें जैसे कि आना चाहते हैं और आपसे असिस्ट करना चाहते हैं। तो सर BC डिपार्टमेंट की वजह तरह से मैं आपको सर धन्यवाद कहता हूँ।
थैंक यू,
थैंक यू फॉर गिविंग योर टाइम।
थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
थैंक यू सर।
ओके, अरे सदाब सर, कुछ आप कहना चाहेंगे सर? सदाब सर, सदाब सर है? ओके, अरे 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 सर, बहुत थैंक यू सर कि आपने मेरे को बच्चों को एड्रेस किया, और बहुत अच्छा रहा सर। जो है, हम तो फिजिकल मोड में चाह रहे थे, लेकिन आपकी व्यस्तता की वजह से जो है सब समय आप नहीं निकाल पाए। कोई बात नहीं सर, नेक्स्ट टाइम हम लोग ऑफलाइन मोड में रखेंगे तो और अच्छे से इसको सर आप प्लीज एक्सप्लेन
बिल्कुल।
करिएगा। थैंक यू, और थैंक यू ऑल स्टूडेंट, प्लीज फिल योर गूगल फॉर्म फॉर योर अटेंडेंस। थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू ऑल, थैंक यू।